Hello, this is Brian again. My last installment on my Bluff Lake area hike. Been walking along the road since I last checked in for quite a while. Probably about close to a mile. Just a beautiful wooded walk back. This right here, I'm not going to hike it because I don't want to be around too many people, is the Champion Lodgepole Pine Trail. About a half mile along this way. Like I said, I don't think I have the energy to walk another mile today. Along that way, it's one of the largest Pinus contorta subspecies Mariana, Sierra lodgepole pine in existence. I don't know if that can count, if it accounts for all the Pinus contorta, because you got Pinus contorta subspecies contorta, which is the beach or shore pine that grows along the coast and is a much smaller tree, or if it's Pinus contorta subspecies latifolia, which is the Rocky Mountain lodgepole pine. I have read that the Rocky Mountain lodgepole pine gets a little taller, maybe a little bit taller than the Sierra lodgepole pine, but so I don't know. I'll tell you one thing though. This has been an awesome day. I'm a little tired now. I don't know, at the end of hikes, no matter if they're short or really long, I always feel tired on the way back to the car. I don't know, even if it's a really short one, it doesn't matter. But I kind of want to leave with a little parting shot of this area. Just so lush over here. And even in the drier spots, the drier gullies and slopes, there are so many willows. It's just unbelievable. This one hasn't even started leafing out yet. It's okay, and the tree's fine. Or the shrub, it's more of a shrub. Yeah, the buds are starting to open up. But I'm pretty sure this is another scalar willow. There are a lot of scalar willows. Kind of have, you know, leaves that start off narrow at the base, you know, where the leaf stalk is, and then they kind of get broad past the middle part and a little bit broader towards the end, and then they round off at the end of the leaf. One thing is, there are a lot of bugs here, but figured get a few last minute things in here, a few last minute updates, and I'm back at the car. You see people are finishing up with their hikes too. But it's been an amazingly beautiful day. This is exactly what I needed to be out in the pine and fir forest. I could have done some hikes on the other side of Big Bear Lake near, you know, around where Highway 18 starts heading towards Cushionberry Grade and Lucerne Valley like I've done. But I kind of wanted to be here with the pines and firs, the big pines and firs today. There are quite a few big white firs around here. Some pretty hefty Jeffrey pines. Nothing record size, but I did shoot a spotlight on trees. You can check my channel for that video. Did a spotlight on trees on the white fir. And I found a really good specimen. There are quite a few pretty decent sized white firs in this area. So this is a good place to come to find decent sized trees. Some of the largest ones will probably be found in the San Gorgonio wilderness. I've seen people's videos. I've never actually been in that wilderness before, so I don't have any experience, but I've seen people's videos and pictures. And if you go up on the Vivian Creek Trail, you start walking out on a dirt road, then you cross the creek and you start going up these really steep slopes for about a mile and 1,200 feet of elevation gain. Then you're let out by Vivian Creek, and and you're about 7,200 feet, and there's this freaking gigantic forest of giant trees, probably larger than any other trees I've seen here in Southern California. My friend Brett, you might have seen him on a couple of my videos. He's been up there, and he said there were some humongous trees. Of course, then he went to Yosemite, and he was talking about how much larger those trees are even there, which I don't doubt it. It's further north, wetter, not surprised, and you got Pacific Douglas fir growing in Yosemite. So I haven't been there, so I need to get my butt over there. You know, if it's just to putz around and poke around, even if it's just to get next to a big Douglas fir tree, I don't care. Just like to be in that area, I like to see those large trees. But like I said, these trees here ain't lacking either. Like 120, 130, some of them are like 140 feet tall. But the thing you got to know, this is, for the most part, this is not old growth forest. A lot of this forest was logged a long time ago, so these trees are really not that old. So that's probably why all the trees haven't gotten to their potential. But then some of them have, and then they just their top flattens because the prevailing winds. They can get pretty windy over on the ridge. Like the peak where I was, it was nice and breezy. I'm sure it can get very windy. But yeah, there we have it. The beautiful Bluff Lake area. I'll actually have to go to the Bluff Lake area itself when maybe, hopefully, when the coronavirus problem calms down. But I'm trying to stay on less traveled trails. I mean, I'd love to go over there and get some good footage, but there's just gonna be too many people around. But that was about it. Hope you enjoyed my adventure today. I don't know if I could recommend a hike like that unless you're really super familiar. I came down a different gully than the slope I went up, so I did come down a different way. But I ran into 2N11, so found an old logging road, went down that, and found 2N11. Of course, I turned the wrong way, then I saw the sign for Lodgepole Pine. So it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of intuition, and a little bit of luck that I didn't get myself way out in the middle of nowhere. So like I said, I can't, if you could find, maybe look on Google Earth or look on Peakbagger.com, find Peak 8015, and research the road hike to get there. Or even if you can use four-wheel drive to get close to it, then you can just do a quick hike up to the top. I can't recommend these. I recommend getting out, maybe getting off the trail and enjoying it. I mean, that I recommend, getting fresh air, but just know your limits, know the area, plan, and be a little over-prepared with your pack. Because you don't want to be lost and unprepared. At night, it probably gets down to the upper 20s here. Even this time of year, it probably gets down to the upper 20s to mid-30s at night. And it can get very hot during the day. I mean, despite the air temperature being probably in the... Today was probably in the upper 60s. But once you got that ground reflecting on you, it gets hot. So you will feel warm, even if the air temperature really isn't that hot. So that's basically it. I'll see you on my next adventure next weekend. Unfortunately, my work schedule changes again. Last weekend, I don't know, I was burnt out. I just couldn't get myself up to go out. I could have gone out last Sunday, but next week it's not going to happen either. Problem is, I have to work both Saturday and Sunday, so my work schedule sucks until the middle of that week, where I have 6 days of vacation time. So I should be able to pump out some adventures at least by then. So this is Brian saying, enjoy the mountains, but enjoy them responsibly, and be prepared, plan, and see you on the next clip, next video. Hopefully next Wednesday the 3rd, which will be a week and a half from now. See you then.